Hey guys, so I'm back again on Khaadi Beauty's Insta and Facebook stories for a lot more with you guys, and it's the weekend. And as you know, for makeup artists, weekends are not a time we relax. We tend to be busy on the weekends and actually tend to take time, a little bit of time for ourselves midweek. But what I love to do after a long day where I've been working and generally been exhausted is come back and have some me time, some pamper my skin, pamper my hair. So I thought it's a great time to put on a face mask, and I wanted to talk about those today by Khaadi from their Pure Intentions range, which is a range. Pure Intentions is their range to cleanse, detoxify, and purify the skin. And I thought it's a great time to pick one up. So these are all of them, and I want to talk about them now one by one. So there's the brightening mulberry and bearberry face mask, and that's for normal to dry skin, which is this one. And then we have the anti-aging face mask, which is for all skin types. It increases elasticity and reduces the appearance of wrinkles. The purifying rose saffron face mask, which is for all skin types except acne prone, and that reduces skin tan and impurities. Then we have the purifying chocolate and orange face mask for normal skin tightening for a radiant complexion. And then we have the purifying charcoal face mask for oily and acne prone skin. It tightens and purifies skin, which is this one, right? So I want to use the brightening mulberry and bearberry face mask for normal to dry skin. It hydrates and brightens the complexion. So as everyone knows by now, I'm sure I've mentioned in the stories, I have very oily skin, but I also, just like everybody else, I tell people in their regular lives, you must see what's happening to the skin. Even though I have oily skin, sometimes I feel my skin's getting a little dry, especially in the summers. I also feel you're always inside air conditioning at the salon, at home, and I feel air conditioning also constant, staying for longer periods of time in air conditioner in air conditioned environments also dehydrates the skin. So I've been feeling patches on my skin being a little dry, so which is why I've picked up not the one for acne prone skin, but I've picked up something for normal to dry skin because I feel I need to hydrate right now. And so a lot of people will ask, why does one do face masks, or what is the purpose? And I feel the purpose of a good face mask is to it will brighten, it will cleanse, it will detoxify again. It's great to just purify the skin. It's an instant pick-me-up. I love it. I love coming home, removing my makeup, and doing a nice regime with a face mask because I feel it's very relaxing also. And now with the range, and I love the fact that they have a big range. It's not again one or two face masks. They have a big range here of face masks that to choose from. So I always suggest with face masks, see what your skin's doing. Usually I'll go for the oily skin masks, but every now and then, like I said, I have hydrating masks, that I also use because my skin tends to get dry as well. Depending on, as women, we also know your hormones tend to go up and down. There'll be certain times of the month when you feel your skin's reactive. So depending on what's happening with my skin, I usually pick and choose and select a product that I want to apply. A reminder again of one of my favorite things about this line, which is that it is free of all parabens, silicones, sulfates. It has no animal testing, no artificial coloring. It's very natural. So it's like whipping up something in your kitchen, which I love to do. I love to whip up like a DIY and usually also put that on my face. And I love that this is something that's already prepped and prepared, and I just have to pretty much apply it and get the benefits of a good natural ingredient on my face. So excited about trying this out. I am going to now show you how I'm going to mix it and then apply it on my face and remove my makeup. Always remove your makeup before you apply your mask or anything, because if I were to apply it right now with makeup on, what would happen that the product would not really be able to be absorbed in my skin and goes into my pores and really do all the good stuff. So you want to make sure that all your makeup's off, and then you will go ahead and do what needs to be done. So that's up next. My makeup as best as I could, and I have wearing a headband, and I'm gonna now mix this and see how this is going to go on. So I'm just gonna cut it. So it comes in a little packet like this. And how to use: apply the mask onto clean skin, avoiding the eye area. Leave the mask on for 15 to 20 minutes, rinse off with water. And we're going to obviously avoid any eye contact at all. And this doesn't require, I mean, it feels very like liquidy, so I'm guessing it doesn't require me to mix in anything like water, or because some of the other masks instruct that you should mix them in a certain other product, but I think this is already pre-mixed. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this. I have a bowl, so I'm just taking it out in that. It's like a white colored mask. Feels quite creamy, and like I said, today I feel my skin really requires some good old hydration, because my skin's been just developing these dry patches. It's because here we don't really go out in the summers, it's so hot outside, and then every place is super air conditioned. Air conditioners aren't very good for our skin because we live in such hot climate. It's like a must, like you know, otherwise you feel like you're gonna just faint. But fans are better, but it's not fan weather, so I also get that one would have air conditioners on. So this is the way it kind of looks. It's like a white consistency, and now I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this on my face. Feels nice and moisturizing, which is exactly what I needed for my skin today. I really wanted to apply something that didn't make it dry, because a lot of the oil masks for oily skin kind of require, I mean, they tend to tighten the pores and take out oil from the skin, etc., because that's what oily skin usually requires. But then oily skin also, I feel, is skin that's quite sensitive and can in areas get very dry. Like if you just use oil skin products just for oily skin, I feel over time by just using those you tend to also get dry patches. So the other thing I tell in my class a lot of, I mean, just giving you guys tips also, is that a lot of these face washes and skin products made for oily skin really affect the skin, make it very dry in certain patches, because your T-zone tends to oil a lot, etc., right? But you know, say near your eyes or you know, your chin area, sometimes you'll notice parts of your nose even, or like on the cheek, will start kind of, you know, creating these dry patches like scabs. And I feel, which is why for me, I think oily skin also needs hydration. So I'm big on also moisturizing my skin. Even though it's oily, you should moisturize your skin, but also use masks to hydrate it. I'm going as low as my chest, and I am applying it on my neck. It feels very soothing. Smells very nice also. So I'm just doing that. I'm just, because it has a very creamy consistency, just applying the rest on my hands, because my hands are also forever dry because I'm always washing and wiping them, all the makeup off. So yeah, that's me with the mask on, as you can see. And it says to wait 15-20 minutes. So I love hydrating masks. You can just sit, do some work, sit around, have them on and multitask, do other things. So I tend to do that. So let's wait and see how this works, and if my skin feels nice and hydrated, because that's what it's really needing right now. And like I said, for oily skin, any skin, hydration for all kinds of skin is very, very important, because your skin requires water and a moisture to look plump, look glowy, look better. So hydration is great. Masks are great like that, because so many masks now come for hydration, like say this one. Then like I said, they have one for every kind of thing. They have one for purifying, purifying charcoal mask, chocolate and orange face mask, rose and saffron face mask, anti-age mask, And yeah, I love the ingredients also, the different things you can try depending on what's happening with your skin. But here I'd like to make a note saying, regardless of what your skin type is, also keep noticing what your skin is still doing, because even though I have very oily skin and it's acne prone and, you know, prone to being very oily, I also have times in the month, in the year, where my skin's very dry. So in the winters also, I switch to half the time doing a lot of hydrating products with my oily skin products, and then in the summers also, because like I said, remember, air conditioners are very dehydrating and we are forever inside. You know, it kind of strips your it's like it strips your hair, strips your skin of important you know, all that moisture, because it's very dry air. So that can also cause skin to become drier. And oily skin, like I said, because of the products that one uses to keep acne and oil at bay, also sometimes can also cause the skin to get a little dry. So I do feel once a week, sometimes twice a week, depending on how your skin's feeling. But for me, at least in the summers, once a week is enough. I like to do a very like a whole routine, like my entire routine will focus on hydration. So on a daily basis, of course, like I said, moisturizer, but then once a week, a very nice hydrating mask also does wonders. So I'm gonna wait for this one to dry and then show you guys the final. So yes, went ahead, removed the mask off my face. It's done exactly what it was promising to, which was really hydrate the skin. And I feel like, can you see how nice and kind of glowy it looks? And like I said, my skin was feeling super dry today and very itchy and irritated. And as soon as I put on the mask, it was soothing. It didn't irritate at all, because especially when my skin is feeling like that, anything that irritates it just drives me nuts. So it didn't feel dehydrating at all, very hydrating. It felt very soothed throughout wearing it. When I removed it, immediately I feel like my skin is super moisturized. So I'm definitely going to go ahead and have these in handy, because I love these, and it's kind of prompted me to try the rest of them also, if this one has done what it's said it would do. So that's the final result. Nice and glowy skin. And like I said, hydration is super duper important if you want your skin to glow, if you want your makeup to set well, look good. And masks can really help with that, depending on, and I love the fact that they have like something for, you know, everything in here in their mask range. You know, this for some for skin tan and impurities, is some for skin tightening, for radiant complexion. Then you have for tightening, purifying, skin elasticity, reduce the appearance of wrinkles, hydrate, nourish. So love the entire thing. Again, I want to mention that it has no mineral oil, no sulfates, no parabens, no silicones, no animal testing. So it's just really perfect for that reason as well. And just, yeah, I really love this product and this face mask. So keep watching this space. There's lots more coming up with Khaadi Beauty and me, Natasha.